and gentlemen. Welcome to the Seven Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to seven figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZeee. And let's jump into today's episode.
Hello.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Fashion friends.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. So, are you tired? Are you in a food coma?
Honestly, I need to go back and get some leftovers.
You need to go back. I think after you leave, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I didn't pack a to-go plate, which is so funny.
I don't. I don't usually. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird. I feel like packing a to-go plate is rude. Yeah.
It just depends who house you over, because some people feel like it's rude for you not to pack a to-go plate. Like
Really?
they want you to take a plate.
Really?
So it just depends who house you over.
Yeah. For me, I feel like the person who cooked all that food, especially if they have a family, if they live alone, then sure, maybe they don't want that much extra food. But if the person who cooked has a whole family, live with their husband and children, and you gonna pack a to-go plate, you ain't contribute to cooking not one part of that meal, nah. You just need to go. Not the plate. Enjoy the meal, enjoy the family time, but don't pack a plate. But maybe that's just me. Because they should eat off their hard work for the next couple days. You taking away from they, but some people don't like eating leftovers, so I don't know.
I think I'm one of those.
Where you don't like eating leftovers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I like eating leftovers. So if I ever cook a Thanksgiving meal, nobody else is allowed to take a plate after they leave. Because I want to eat my leftovers.
This boy is doing. I just sent it to you, but this boy is doing a run from Center City to King of Prussia. You gonna do it with him?
No, it's too cold.
They all meeting up the run.
That's nice. Different weather, I would.
Right.
But I'm cold already just thinking about it.
How was your Thanksgiving? How was your week? Because I feel like this is like a vacation week for everybody, the kids.
Right.
All right.
My week overall was good. It wasn't too many people popping in the store this week, which is normal. I just pretty much went in to do computer work. But the store was pretty slow, other than my pickups. Um, but the week was cool. My grandmom on my dad's side ended up having surgery 2 days before Thanksgiving. So my dad's side is usually the one that does the big Thanksgiving dinner every year. So I was pretty surprised to find out that they weren't doing it this year. But I think maybe they were just not in the mood because my grandma was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine, but she just wouldn't have been there for Thanksgiving. So maybe they just didn't feel like doing the whole thing. I don't know, but it's the first year in my entire life that I have not gone to my dad's side for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom's side, I went to my mom's side house, uh, which I usually always do too, but I always go there for lunch to my dad's side for dinner because my grandma on my mom's side eats dinner around lunchtime.
Yeah.
Cause
I just remember you telling those stories.
yeah, like she'll be up at like 5 a.m. For breakfast or 4 a.m. So her dinner time is like 2 p.m. and then she go to sleep by 6. So um, either way, I took my niece over there, and it was good. Like much less people. My dad's side is usually all the uncles and aunts, cousins, and kids and kids and kids. But over my grandma's house, it was just me, my aunt, and my niece, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just chilling.
Sounds good.
What about you? I know you said you Wasn't cooking this year. How'd that turn out?
So for the past 3 years, I've been carrying Thanksgiving on my back, you know. But honestly, when I was younger, I always thought like, dang, like holidays and birthdays just always been something that was like big for me.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that I want to do still. So what happens usually at these Thanksgiving dinners is I do all this work,
Hmm.
go shopping, cook, then gotta clean up, and everybody just come over eat and like it's kind of like take, and you the only person that do something, and then somehow, some way, I'm just the bad guy,
Right.
or like I don't know. I know y'all remember the episode when I told y'all that my cousin tried to fight me. That ruined Thanksgiving for me.
Right.
Cause I was like, well, and then people be stuck in their ways. They don't know how to apologize and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Once it happened again, like the next year, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. So this year I stood on it. And as Thanksgiving was getting closer, I was like, dang, I should have did something. And then when Thanksgiving came, the day of Thanksgiving, I was like, dang. And then just hearing other people's stories about them going to Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, like they didn't have like dysfunction. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just keep the positivity, like, and keep going. So next year, I'll definitely have Thanksgiving. Then I didn't even spend time with my grandma for Thanksgiving. Like we usually all together as a family. Like it was weird, but I did. My mom, she is like trying to start this catering business where she sell like food and drinks.
Hmm.
So she was like, she wanted to cook Thanksgiving dinner just to like practice and see. So Thanksgiving was literally just me, my mom, and my little sister.
Right.
And the only reason why it was food is because they cooked. My mom and my little sister cooked. I didn't cook anything. But it turned out to be cool just to be with, the immediate family, the household that I grew up in, and it was pretty cool. Um Catching up with my little sister, like she doing good. She doing good in school. Um she wants to be a fashion designer, so she is working on her clothing line, and she showed me like stuff that she been working on. And I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Like she wanna like make shirts and stuff. Not like she don't wanna sew, but
Right.
she wanna like graphic design, put a a logo on a shirt and sell it.
Right.
So we was talking about that.
Hmm.
I'm like, we were sitting at the table, and I'm like, do you want to learn how to sew? Do you want me just to teach you how to sew? She's like, no. I was like, well, what about, I was like, you need to learn how to sew, because what about when you go to manufacturers and the manufacturers scam you and you don't know what the manufacturer is saying? And
Hmm.
she's like, yeah, that's what I got you for.
Okay.
And I just laughed, like, well,
She can pay you for an advisement fee.
yep. But my mom is going to get her a nice little Christmas gift for her business, and I think she'll be excited for that. And I don't know, it was pretty cool.
That's good. My nieces said they want to work for me when they grow up. Like,
That's good. That is really good.
they want to be fashion designers and work at my store and help make clothes and stuff. And I was like, well, first, because mind you, I don't know if they really meant it or if they were just saying it because Viv had asked my niece Kimura, who is what, 14 or 15? Is she 14 or 15? I think she's 14. Yeah, 14. She said, okay, well, now you're 14, you should start considering getting a job, like maybe a job over the holidays. You could work at like Starbucks or Five Below or Dollar Tree or Target. Like, there's a lot of little shopping centers around where we live. So it's plenty of opportunities for her to get a little job. And she basically was like, no, I want to work for Auntie. And she was like, well, why you want to work for Auntie? She was like, well, because I already work there sometimes and I help her out or whatever, but I also want to like learn more about making clothes, whatever. It's just an easier way to make money. Like, I don't want no stranger telling me what to do. So I'm like, okay, that's nice and everything, but also you need to establish a work ethic, which is better when a stranger is telling you what to do.
Yeah, I was
I
thinking that.
I feel like it is. And then like you I feel like it's better to learn from bigger corporations too, like how Chick-fil-A, how they say like the kids that work for Chick-fil-A have better customer service, um not activity, what better customer service skills because of the way Chick-fil-A trains them. Like, I would like for my nieces to work at Chick-fil-A first and then work for me because they'll already have those skills developed.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Just like when I said my little sister was one of the best salespeople who ever worked for my store. It's because she started off at Starbucks, and Starbucks is also known for their training program and customer service. So
right,
I like that. I don't got no systematic training program
right.
where you gotta sit at the even Macy's too. Macy's, you have to sit in a computer room for 2 weeks straight and go through all these different customer service modules like you're in class. I like that.
Right.
And you're not about to get that at my company. So go there and get it and then bring those resources back to me.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that's. I'm sorry. I think that's smart.
Yeah. I think what I'll eventually tell them is like, okay, you have to get a part-time job in order to work here. But your job at your part-time job is to spy on bigger retail companies and use those resources or that knowledge in my business to improve the family business.
Yeah.
So go get a part-time job at maybe Primark or H&M or Zara. And then when they give you the employee handbook, bring it back to me so I can read it.
Yeah.
Or when they tell you, okay, this is the sale we're running for Christmas holiday and y'all need to start approaching customers like that. Tell me about it and approach my customers like that.
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, but Brooklyn is more interested in crochet. She's super talented and gifted in crochet. And Kimora is more interested in tall girl fashion, because she's probably 6 foot by now. And she's 14, so she's more interested in always and obsessed with finding things that are cute for tall girls. So I feel like they're separate brands that I could nourish into them could be hits as well.
Right. Look at us.
Encouraging the future generations.
I think fashion is going. I think a lot of people are going to want to be in the fashion world
Mm.
now more than ever before. Because back then it used to get played.
Mm.
Like people didn't think it was a smart career to go into. But it just took time. Like the fashion world is evolving, and now it's like easier to put your platform out there because of social media. So I think that the new generation will take on fashion design, like fashion careers,
Mm.
more than ever before.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah. I was looking at some programs. Well, yeah, I was looking at some programs for digital AI fashion and how to create realistic AI models for samples. And one of the programs I was looking at is called Marvelous. I think it's called Marvelous Fashion, and the other one it was comparing Marvelous Fashion to Clo 3D, which is something that is taught in fashion colleges.
Yeah.
Clo 3D is better.
Hard.
Is what?
Hard.
Hard, yes. But it's better for fashion designers because as you're playing with these models, it's also going to spit out actual fashion patterned measurements that are correct to make something. Like it's not going to create. I think it's not going to let you make a model of something that can't realistically be made in real life.
Yeah.
Versus Marvelous Fashion, that program will do all the same things, but it might not be realistic for it to be made that way in real life. And it's also more geared to video games and 3D models for animation versus translating those into real life clothing.
Hmm.
So I definitely want to get my nieces started on those platforms early though.
Yeah. I did the free trial with Chloe,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched like YouTube's or whatever, and I tried to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a platform that people are gatekeeping because that was hard to figure out, and there's not enough information on YouTube to really make a career out of it.
Are they gatekeeping, or is it something that you need to learn it in a program at fashion school?
Yeah, gatekeeping from the internet for free. You know, YouTube and stuff
Oh
is
yeah,
free. I'm saying like everything. If you type in Chloe, it's like classes and they like $5,000. Probably
mhm.
not that much, but expensive.
Yeah, yeah. I could see that probably being true, but it's a lot to learn. It's also like it's probably similar to when people ask me, "Can I teach them about fashion design or how to be a fashion designer?" I can't teach you because it took me 4 years of pattern
Right.
one, pattern making two, pattern making three. Like if you spend a year or two with me and I'm teaching you all day, all night, or like creating a specialized program where you can learn in steps, yeah, then that works. But you want to take a 1 hour online course and learn how to be a fashion designer, it's not going to work for me because
Yeah.
it takes a lot of intricate things and details to really know what to do. And I feel like the clothes 3D program is probably similar. Like there's buttons that you push that mess up your whole pattern that you're not going to know until you do so much trial and error.
Yeah.
So
What are your Christmas goals? Christmas plans, Christmas goals.
I don't have,
New Year's.
I mean, I'm trying to get my YouTube monetized by Christmas. That would be a Christmas gift to myself. I feel like for Black Friday, oh, we didn't talk about Black Friday. I feel like for Black Friday and now the day that we're recording this is Cyber Monday. I wanted to find an entrepreneurial program that I could get for a discount that would teach me a skill that I don't know yet that I could use in my business. So, for example, if there's a program about TikTok marketing or a program about I don't know, um Clone 3D or something that I can use to be beneficial to my business that is usually $3,000 that for Black Friday or Cyber Monday is now 50% off. That's what I wanted to invest in for
Hmm.
this weekend. And I haven't found any programs that I was really interested in being on sale.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there was some marketing programs, but not anything that I don't know already. I feel like some marketing programs that I don't know is maybe TikTok, and I would definitely do a sponsorship type of program, like um a master class or course on how to get paid sponsors for your YouTube videos or Instagram reels or podcasts, etc. If there was a program like that, that's usually $1,000 or $2,000, and it was 50% off. That's what I would buy today.
That's a good. Yeah.
It would look a little harder, but I feel like small businesses have better Black Friday sales than big businesses, so that's who I want to support.
Okay.
What about you? Did you buy anything for Black Friday?
No, I didn't even look at anything. I looked at furniture on Wayfair, and I'm trying to figure out, do I want to purchase some furniture? Because I need like stuff to be like a little bit more organized, like shoe racks and I need like little things. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to purchase this? So that's the only Black Friday I looked at. Oh, and I need a couch for my sewing studio. And Wayfair had like up to like 80% off.
Oh,
So that's the only, and I kept getting notifications. That's the only place that I looked at for Black Friday shopping. But other than that, no, wasn't interested in Black Friday shopping because I didn't think of it from a business perspective like you.
right,
I just was like, well, I don't need clothes right now. That's so irresponsible.
right.
I'm trying to get the studio off his feet. Let me just focus on that.
Yeah, I definitely think. Oh, did you see this documentary? You have to watch this documentary. It's called Buy Now on Netflix.
Hmm.
Have you heard about it?
Mm-mm.
You would love it. Just as a fashion designer perspective on how, I mean, you could use it in a negative way and use the documentary to learn how to sell more clothes, or you could use it in a positive way to learn the effects of selling more clothes and what that has on the planet and chemicals and etc. But it is a documentary about how the culture of buying now is getting people to buy more things, like how to get people to buy more things, buy more clothes, buy more shoes, buy more furniture, buy more of this, buy more of that, buy more, 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 more. It talks about how even Apple products like the iPhone, like I don't know if you remember, and I don't know if it was ever this way with iPhones because I usually had Androids up until recently, but you could take the back off and take the battery out.
Mm-hmm.
You remember having phones like that?
Mm-hmm.
So if your battery in your cell phone was ever broken or needed to be replaced, you could replace the battery in your cell phone. And Apple products and iPhones made it so you couldn't take apart your cell phone. So if your battery was busted, you could never replace it. You just had to buy a whole new phone.
Mm-hmm.
But it was talking about how little things like that make people buy more. Like, not even encourage people to buy more, but force people to buy more.
Mm-hmm.
Even talking about how they took the headphone jack out of cell phones, so you had to buy their AirPods. Talking about
Mm-hmm.
computers took USB ports and DVD ports out of computers to force you to buy an extension to plug in to then use a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
So it was talking about little things that you do in your business or that businesses, big businesses are doing to force people to buy more. Um, and it also talked about fast fashion and where those clothes are all ending up. Um, but also how businesses get customers to buy more of the same shirt in different colors and different styles. Oh, it's a new season. Now burgundy is in. Throw away that brown shirt. Now you need a burgundy shirt. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was really interesting and insightful to watch. I definitely would recommend it to everyone, but especially fashion designers and business owners.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Sounds like something I need to watch. And we could talk about it. We already talked about it, but maybe we could talk about it on the episode.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Did I ever tell you that I got a new therapist?
the guy?
No, a female.
No.
Oh yeah. So I meant to bring that up in my when you asked about my week.
Uh-huh.
So I had a guy therapist and I don't know what was wrong with him. Uh Maybe, he got this job luckily and he scammed the job, but
What?
he scammed his resume or something, but he didn't give me like a trained professional. So I
Okay.
had told my psychiatrist that like therapy was so pointless or whatever. And my therapy sessions wasn't even in person, it was over the phone.
Right.
So he was like, "What? Like that's what's going on?" So he was on it in 2 seconds, and I got a new therapist, and it's a black woman.
Period. Love it. Love it for you. Love it for us.
Black woman, she's about 40. She's in her 40s.
Mm.
And I just I just been feeling great ever since I met her. Because that my therapy session, I talk about my therapy session on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So for like the past 2 years, I've been back and forth between therapists, but I feel like I finally felt the love of my life. Not the love of my life, but I
Whoa.
finally felt I finally found like my perfect therapist, the
Right.
therapist I've been looking for. And my therapy sessions are actually in person now.
Hmm.
And they're once a week.
Okay.
And that's been helping me out a lot and keeping me like going
Yeah.
and getting like hearing confirmation, like, telling my story and then hearing confirmation, like, whoa. Like I told the psychiatrist and I told the psychologist my story and they both was like, I cannot believe, like, I didn't expect for you to walk in here and tell me that.
Hmm.
Or like, I can't believe this. So just to hear confirmation is so cool when you're hearing it from and I like the outside world and not like, I feel like when you with your friends and family, like you might be like you upset or something, but they would be like, "Oh, it's not that deep. You wrong for feeling like this." But when you tell a stranger it, they be like, "Oh, like it be the truth." So
Right.
I've been feeling really good lately. Like I feel like finally, like no more.
That's good. I love that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you this. We only met. Well, we didn't talk last week. So I met her last week. So that's why
Hmm.
I didn't get a chance to tell you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like it's important for people to have a therapist that mirror their life experience. As in, if you're an Asian woman, I think you should get an Asian woman therapist. If you're a Latino woman, you should get a Latino woman therapist. Because I think
Yeah,
there are like little intricacies in your life, your lived experience that the
yeah,
opposite sex or a different race might not know or understand where you're coming from.
yeah. I didn't understand why he assigned me to. I mean, he said that he's going to assign me to a male therapist for about 10 weeks because I had issues with the men in my life. So he thought that it would be good for me to see what
Right.
a real man looks like. So I understood what he was saying there, but this particular guy, it was just no. Like this guy did not know. I think this guy was overwhelmed and he had a lot of patience and he didn't read or pay attention in the therapy sessions.
Yeah.
And each therapy session will be like an interview all over again. Like he'll be
Right.
like he'll be like, "Do you have any kids?" You asked me that the very first time we met.
Uh-uh.
Then the next week, "Do you have any kids? Do you have any siblings?" I'm
Oh,
like, "Are you serious?"
no, that would drive me crazy. Absolutely not.
It drove me crazy. I was like, and then we would be on the phone for like 5 minutes.
Mm-mm.
What? And then I told him like, is therapy session supposed to be? I'm like, is it a therapy session or is it like a wellness checkup? Because that's what it was. He'll call me and be like, "Hey, how are you doing this week? Are you feeling good? Okay, cool, bye."
Uh-uh. No, that's not how it's supposed to be at all.
So I'm like, wait, is this how y'all run your business? Or he was like, "That's what." Like he was so surprised. I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, maybe with his other patients, maybe different, but with me, like I just felt like he didn't know what he was doing. So
Yeah.
just to for that to change. I don't know how long he worked there. Maybe he knew, and they don't know, like, because they're not in his therapy sessions. So
Right.
maybe he finessing his paperwork. Maybe. So you gotta speak up. If I would have never spoke up, I would have still been in that therapy session with him.
Yeah, no. But I'm glad you told the guy
Yes.
because he needed to know that's how that man was acting.
Yes. I actually have two therapy sessions this week. And
Okay.
then after that, it's like once a week. And I feel like it's so healthy. Like, And I'm thinking about life before. I mean, even though it was like yesterday, but I'm thinking about life before not having a therapist. Like, how was I getting through life?
Like, what age did I start therapy? I want to say 27. So about the same,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was struggling.
I wanna make sure I'm gonna be like, some people aren't open about their mental health journey or going to therapy. It's something that, and I get it. It's something that people keep quiet, but I think I want to tell people you need like, just go to therapy. Like, make sure you go to therapy.
Right.
Everybody needs it. We all come from it's just things that happen in your life. Life is not perfect. So there are things that's gonna happen, and you have like, you take care of your body, but you also have to take care of your brain. And yeah.
Yeah, literally. And your brain as well as like your mindset. Like not your brain as much as like your brain, but like
Yeah.
your mindset.
Yeah. And therapy was like a plot twist.
What do you mean?
Like, I went for anxiety, but
Mhm.
they told me like, well, it is anxiety, but it's something else. And I was like, oh wow. And I would have never known.
Yeah.
Like, I knew something was wrong. So like, I knew to go, but then they like heard my story, then they ran tests, or I had to take like all these tests.
Hmm.
And they told me like it was something else. And I was like, wow. I would have just, like, people don't go to therapy. So I would have just been like 30, 40 years old, just freestyling life.
Yeah, and that's what people are doing.
Yeah. And then when you hear people, like, people that never went to therapy, you just hear them talking and you hear their mindsets and be in conversation with people, you be in the back of your head like, dang, like, therapy, it really changed your life. You do need to go to therapy. Or like, you realize how much people need therapy.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So go to therapy, folks.
Go to therapy. This episode was sponsored by BetterHelp. If you need a therapist.
No, no, no. I use BetterHelp. Actually, let me shut up because they giving out sponsorships. I see a lot of YouTubers
Look,
sponsoring BetterHelp. I use
yeah,
BetterHelp.
look, they running a check. We need to, matter of fact, that's what we need to do. We need
Crop that out
okay. Well, you didn't say nothing bad.
because I said don't use it.
Uh,
It's
it,
like, it's a good idea to the person that invented it, yes,
mhm.
but y'all need real therapists on there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get sponsored by a different therapy company. Because we talk about therapy a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, we do, and that's so good. Protect your mental health. You know that your mental health reflects your business. So if
For sure.
you want to be a entrepreneur, fashion entrepreneur, it really start by um healing and going to therapy and getting your mindset changed. Like,
Yeah.
is really, your business is really a reflection of what's going on
Mm,
in your world, in your brain. So um talking about balancing talking about being an entrepreneur and balancing your mental health is really cool. And I like that we talk about the topic
yeah.
because, it is a fashion podcast, but it's so much more to um being a fashion entrepreneur, fashion business person. So
Mhm.
we
So much, literally
we
so much.
cover all the topics
Yeah. All right, you guys, make sure you count your blessings
before you count your money.
because it's been over 30 minutes. So, bye.
Yes, bye.